And we are back with Real Estate Radio. Damon Gettier of Damon Gettier Associates Realtors, powered by Real. I'm Brett Sharp. I'm maybe his best friend.
Maybe. What do you mean maybe?
Am I it?
Oh, so you took me off the list?
Am I better friends to you than Jay?
Y'all fill different friend voids.
Okay. So here's the deal. If you want to list your home with Damon, Damon has a 14-day guarantee. When you list your home with Damon, if he doesn't get it under contract within 14 days, he sells it for free. What does that mean? No committee. He takes no commission. If you want to sell your home outright and get a cash offer, what's the advantage of just the cash offer homes? You don't have to worry about listings, people in your house, all that crap, right?
Correct. So let's dive a second into a cash offer, because I think there's a misnomer in cash offer. So when we say cash offer,
by the way, do you get those off? I mean, do you make cash offers often? Because I talk about it on my radio show.
Yeah, we buy almost every week.
Okay.
But on a cash offer, when we say cash offer, I think some people don't care if they get paid. They don't care if it's a check or a cash or whatever. On a cash offer house, when we talk about cash offer, we're talking about a house that we're going to make the selling process stupid easy, stupid fast, stupid painless. But you're going to sell the house at a slight discount, because we're going to get the house and then we're going to fix it up and then we're going to resell it, or we're going to make it into a rental.
Right.
And so we're easing the process and easing the pain. But there's going to be a little bit of a discount off of, say, a retail price.
All right. You've got to make a profit.
We're going to make a profit. Well, I think a lot of people, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, because, people say, well, I'll sell it for cash. And then, they come to them and like, it needs roof, it needs $30,000. We take that $30,000 off and then a little bit of profit, and they get upset. And so I don't want to make it upset. Like, we're definitely not out to hurt anybody, but it is a business model. And so when we buy it, we are going to fix it. We are going to repair it. We're going to put the love in it needs and bring it back to its glory days. And then we're going to try to sell it for a profit, or we'll keep it for a rental, either one.
What you're talking about is managing expectations right now.
Right. Everybody, you go online and see you want a cash offer. Like, if you tell me, hey, you want to sell your truck, pay cash, you got to pay cash. But I want the same thing as if you wrote a check.
Right.
I mean, like, it's not a reason. And what we've started doing a lot lately is we've been buying a lot of houses lately as is. Like when I say as is, like,
no inspection?
No, we do an inspection, we check title, but you can leave your stuff.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to fool with any of it.
When people inherit a house and they inherit a house and they're from Pennsylvania.
And is that mostly what happens with the cash offers? Is it mostly people who have inherited a home?
It's everything.
Okay, so it is also people who are behind on payments, who are underwater.
People behind on payments. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, if you're facing foreclosure, if someone's chasing you, trying to get you out of your house, sell it to somebody like me so you can get some money before you get no money.
Oh, yeah.
And we have them, and usually they call us like the day before foreclosure, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Like, if the bank's calling and you don't have a path to get out of it, which there are paths to get out of it. So if the bank's calling, call us. There's multiple paths before you even have to sell it to an investor. But if the bank's calling, you have to sell it or they're going to take it. Sell it. Get something.
Yeah.
Don't let them put you out on your rear. And we work with people too. But I mean, no, there's a lot of situations where I'm trying to think of like situations. I mean, the house needs a lot of repairs. There's a lot of houses that need a lot of repairs. It's just the house hasn't been kept up with. And to sell it for quote unquote retail, like what it would be in good shape, it's going to take $30,000, $40,000. And most people don't have $30,000, $40,000. And so we buy houses like that, we fix them, and then we put them on the market or we rent them out. We bought one the other day up in Floyd that the person was deceased. The person was deceased, and the people lived in Lynchburg, and they didn't want to have to go deal with all the possessions in the house. And so we said, all right, we'll buy it just like it is. Boom. And then we pay people to go in there and we clean out all the possessions. Everything that most of it, we put a roll-up dumpster up there, 2 roll-up dumpsters, and got rid of most of it was trash.
Right.
Some stuff we donate to Goodwill or whatnot. The stuff that's reusable, we donate to Goodwill and everything. And so we'll buy a house in any shape or form. Doesn't matter.
You kind of glazed over, we'll work with you. What does that mean?
We've had situations where people, life happens. It just happens. Sometimes it hits you square between the eyes. We've had people.
We were talking a couple weeks. Yokohama closed and there were 300 people without a job.
Yeah,
stuff happens.
It's not what you plan on happening.
Yeah.
But we've had situations where people, we buy the house and then they have no place to live for a couple months, or they're transitioning, or there's a family member's going to have a place for them in Tennessee in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We work with them. They can stay in the house afterwards.
That's cool.
We've bought houses where people needed cash for whatever, and then we rent the house to them afterwards. They become our tenant. It might be something that they're just not good at the upkeep. They can't do the upkeep. They can't keep the house up. And so we literally buy the house from them and then turn around and rent the house back to them.
I learned this from you, and you're going to know exactly where I'm going with this, but what's the difference between you and every other cash buyer?
We close.
Tell me about the other cash buyers.
So most of them are cash buyers. There's this thing called wholesalers. God bless them. And so a wholesaler's sole purpose in life is to put your house under contract and then find me. me or somebody like me. And there's, I don't know, 8 or 10, 12 people like me around. But they're looking for an end buyer. And so their sole purpose is to put it under contract. And they don't tell you that's what they're doing. But if you read their contract, they're never closing on that house. And their goal is to put your house under contract and then find somebody to buy it. And if they can't find somebody to buy it, the closer that contract gets to termination, they'll start beating on you on price, trying to get your price down because they're trying to lower their price because they're trying to make that piece in the middle. And so they have no intention of closing on the house. They have no intention of buying the house. They're just trying to get a piece of money from you for them selling the house.
And what happens if the term ends?
They hand you the house back. That's typically what happens. There's one that's really bad about it. I'm not going to mention names, but there's one that's really bad about it. And I'm really not going to mention names. So I don't like getting sued. There's one that's really bad about it. And I have watched them walk people to foreclosure. And when I say walk to foreclosure, they didn't literally walk to foreclosure, but they put the house under contract. Let's just say you have a house that's worth, retail is worth $250. They have it under contract at $200, and they owe the bank $190. And the house needs repairs or whatnot, and it's just they can't get their piece of meat that they want when they're trying to wholesale it. Say they're trying to get $220 out of it. They can't get it. And I could go in there and I could list that house for $205, $210, get it sold. There's not enough meat for me to buy it there, but I could sell it to an end user, okay? Yeah. And they could get out of the house that would be foreclosed on. Helps me, we get paid. Home inspectors get paid, we get paid, mortgage people get paid, lenders get paid. Like the whole economy works. The person doesn't get foreclosed on, but they'll keep it under contract and let that person could get foreclosed on. And they had no intention ever of selling it. And what happens is when they go to those people see them as a lifeline. And look, if they can't tell you they're closing on X day, they're not closing.
So what makes you different? Why do you not follow that same lead? I know you have morals, but I'm not
going to say they don't have morals. I think they might have some questionable morals. I've just been raised, if you do the right thing, right things come to you, and treat people with some respect and treat people with some dignity. And the world's karma's real. And sometimes you see it smack somebody and sometimes you don't, but it's going to happen. And I just, we can make a good living doing what we do and treating people with respect and doing what we say. So why not just do it that way?
That's also how you treat your employees too, which I want to give a little plug that you're hiring right now, correct?
Yes, we are.
So who are you looking for?
We're hiring heavily right now. As of today, we produce somewhere between 400 and 500 leads per month of people interested in buying or selling houses.
Which is what you present to your agents.
Correct. Yeah, I don't compete
you're providing leads for it. So it's not like if I come to work for Damon Gettier, I've got to go out and find people that are looking to sell their home.
Nope, provided.
You're like, here you go. Here are the people. Provided. Call them.
Daily, yeah. Well, not only that, but keep in mind that I don't compete with my agents. A lot of people probably don't know that. And there's some team leaders that they take the cream of the crop. They take the good leads. They take the hot ones. They take the top ones and they divvy the rest out. I don't compete with my agent.
Yeah.
I haven't competed with an agent. So I've been a non-compete team leader with my team for 12 years now.
That's a thing? That's a title?
It's not a title, but it's a thing. It is a thing. It's not a title.
Yeah.
Like I'm non-competing. I don't compete with my agents. Like if a lead comes in.
You're like the fiduciary of real estate in a way.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so doing that, and actually while we're in the studio, I've annoyed you a little bit today because I've been negotiating with one of my vendors. And so right now it's 400 to 500. So as of somewhere in April, we'll be getting about another 700 to 900 leads a month. So we'll be somewhere between that 1,300 and 1,500 leads a month.
So what you should take away from this is that if you're looking to change careers, you come to work for Damon Gettier, and Damon is going to provide you qualified leads. And these are qualified leads.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. So Dawn, my sales manager, you met Dawn before, we were running the other numbers the other day. And if an agent just plugs in, if average Joe Blow comes there, listens to what we tell them, follows the training, which nobody trains as well as we do. Nobody. There's zero people that train around. In this market, there's zero people that train like we do. Zero. I can say that emphatically. Nobody can sue me. That's a fact. Nobody trains like we do. You plug in, you follow the thing, the system. 99 out of 100 people will make over $120,000.
Six-figure salary.
Yes.
You follow the system, follow the training.
In my career, I've met two people that I could not teach to sell. I've met two people that were both really good people. They just could not sell their way out of anything.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't sell fire to an Eskimo. I don't need somebody to sell ice to an Eskimo. I just need somebody that can help people.
Yeah.
But these people were good people. They just were not able to sell houses. But outside of those two people, I've never met anybody that we couldn't teach to sell. And if you follow the system and can't make $120,000, there's something broken somewhere, and it's not the system.
Okay, if you're listening to this radio station right now, you want to make a six-figure salary, legit, get a hold of Damon Gettier and his crew. Get a hold of Dawn. Go to listwithdamon.com. That's listwithdamon.com.